Welcome to Anderson talk on the cryptocurrency, because this is a topic where we are having a lot much heavy lifting all around the world, and people talking about, since the time the Donald Trump has taken the presidency of the United States, and everybody is talking about the crypto. So here we are on this specific topic to understand the tax implication within the UAE, because there are a lot of businesses from all around the world coming to UAE. My name is Anurag Chaturvedi. I'm CEO and managing partner of Andersen UAE. Along with me, Prateem Sengupta, who's a partner in corporate tax, who's leading the corporate tax development in the region very keenly. So, Prateem, let's talk about how this, the crypto getting taxed in the UAE from an individual or from business standpoint.
I think that was a heavy question, I think, to start off with. But yep, it's important because, over the last 6 months to 1 year, we are seeing a lot of traction and a lot of businesses move to the UAE, especially some entities. I think the UK doesn't allow issuance of tokens, and a lot of businesses are issuing it from, say, the BVI or some other jurisdiction and setting up holding companies, or companies that would eventually have the assets, right? And two questions come in is, one, how will these companies be taxed? I think most people are aware that UAE has recently introduced a corporate tax regime, and you get taxed at 9% on your taxable profits. Now, whether holding of these assets and when you eventually sell them, the profits will be taxed at 9% or not, depends on where you're set up. Okay, so we will have to look at whether, as a if you're set up in a free zone as a holding company covers investment in cryptocurrencies. It does. And you could potentially get a 0% corporate tax, but there are some nuances to it where you'll have to see how you've acquired the assets, and to acquire these assets, whether you're providing another service or not. We've seen some kind of nuances regarding that could kind of not enable you to get the benefits. And of course, you need to have substance in the free zone as well. So you'll have to see whether you meet these conditions. It's not that you just set up an entity, crypto entity, and you can get the benefit from day one. You'll have to do it. You'll have to evaluate. And if you don't meet the test, you'll obviously be taxed at a 9% on your taxable profits, which is still less than majority of the countries in the world. At an individual level, if you can prove that, it's a personal investment, right now UAE doesn't tax you on personal investments. Again, complexities could arise if you're an individual, which country you're a tax resident of, which countries you're not, whether you can get benefit of this personal investment criteria in the UAE. So you'll have to look at all these things as well. It's beneficial tax regime is available in the UAE, to summarize, but it's not like a simple tick the box. You'll have to see whether you meet these conditions or not. And I've only spoken about corporate tax, right? And I think there is a VAT angle to it also. Anurag, do you want to mention the VAT side as well?
I think it's important. Like recently, the last year 2024, there was a key development that came out there from Federal Tax Authority, which actually exempted all the cryptocurrency transactions from the VAT. And that change has came retrospectively from 1st Jan 2018 actually.
Okay.
So if somebody is doing any cryptocurrency transactions, they are exempt from VAT. The second aspect is being then if you're doing the cryptocurrency mining actually. So the mining transactions are also similarly outside the VAT, so VAT doesn't apply on them. But there are certain people who are doing the mining as a service. So when you do mining as a service, then predominantly what you need to look into that, you need not to look into that as a cryptocurrency mining, but rather mining as a service. So when you do mining as a service, to various businesses out there, to individuals, irrespective of the fact that who you're providing these services, then it'll be subject to VAT at 5%. And when somebody looking into these situations, one need to really understand that these exemptions, when you file together for the past years, can eradicate a lot of apprehension that people has in the past. So that is critical. One important aspect that I've seen out there when I was in UK along with some of our colleagues there, I think some of the European countries out there are doing a lot much deliberation, development, not only from a tax but also from a regulatory perspective, to see that how this crypto transaction can be looked into that in a much more beneficial way.
Yeah.
So one of that regime could be Portugal. So Portugal is having a lot much recent changes, on individual as well as
Interesting.
corporate, corporate taxations, covering the crypto. So that is very interesting to watch, and we'll be really recent talking about the crypto with our partners from Portugal and other European destinations. So stay tuned to more about learning more about the cryptocurrencies.
Thank you for, I think touching on that. And that service point that you mentioned could also be a bit critical for free zone benefits also. With that could disqualify, but it needs to be analyzed further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, a lot of people are coming from different jurisdictions to
Yeah.
UAE, and they are coming predominantly to set up the business. Now, the business could only be a means to trade in crypto,
Yeah.
or could be to do the mining,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of mining businesses have been there, trying to work along within the UAE itself.
Yeah.
So this is a progressive topic, and I think the progressive industry. But when somebody set it up, these businesses out there, it's important to understand every element of it in detail in order to understand how the tax having an impact on your business. So yeah, that's an important aspect.
Thank you for tuning into a tax talk, and please follow us on our socials as well.
Yeah, I think thank you very much for tuning in, and stay tuned for more updates on such trending topics from Andersen. We try to bring the global news all around the world for your benefit. Thank you.